Okay, friends, so here we are. By the way, I'm Melissa Joy. Welcome to my channel, Joy to the World. We're on our first beach morning cruise in my new to me car. It was quite a challenge. Unattaching from my sweet Janie, aka Freckles. But the most meaningful thing happened, you guys. So I felt strongly when I had my meditation prayer times that I needed to get her checked out. It was like, you've got to give Jeannie a chance. You need to go see if the repairs are just a couple of thousand. Just let that be your parents' investment and keep moving on. Those cars can go, $300,000 to $500,000 easily. And it's like, don't be daunted by this. And I thought, okay. And I was like, yes, yay, I could keep Jeannie, because for one, with that traumatic brain injury, the head and neck stuff, modern headrests I can't use, nor the seats that are so jammed up around you. And everything will go out, and who knows where I would be. So my dad, anyways, he comes over, and we end up finding a car, a very specific price range, that the headrest turns around. So look, I can put my head back, y'all. Oh my gosh. And my shoulders can go back. It's so exciting. I cried and cried and cried and cried. Because after I knew it was happening, it's like those people who, the marriage person, one person wants to keep the house and fix it up, and the other one wants to buy one. It was like that. And we had gotten back to pick up my mom so that we could go over there and do everything else. And when we did, the guy at the repair shop called, and he said, well, here's what's going on. And the first repair was $3,000, the first one. And I'm like, okay. I said, well, then we're just going to come by and pick her up and pay for the diagnostic fee and then go trade her in. He's like, all right, I'll see you soon. So I get there, and you got to know, man, my dad's like a hornet. Zoom, 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 zoom. He wants to do something. You better get moving. You better not wait. No moss growing on that stone. Gotta go. All that kind of stuff. It was, we went in, and he said, come on in here with me. And I'm like, okay. And the two guys there working were just really warm and smiley. And I said, yeah, I guess we're going to go trade her in, and they're going to part her out. And I said, I'm bawling. I didn't just say it. It was like, Mom. And they're like, oh, I didn't mean to upset you, because they were asking me something about the car. And I just started crying. And they said, well, let us know if you decide not to trade it and change your mind. I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, it's a great car. I started bawling again. Because I don't know if you saw the other video, I was like, I haven't been able to treat Jeannie like I should. Because, when I was with that gigolo, they suck everything out of you. I couldn't put anything into my car. There was nothing. And every bit he took when he sold his car and started driving my car didn't go into my car either. And so she just got worn through and needs some TLC. Well, I said, are you really interested? And the one guy, he was like, yes. They both thought it was pretty cool, but one guy was in the lead, right? And he said, yeah, I'm serious. And so anyways, we negotiated for a minute. And he said, I'm actually looking to get it for my teenage daughter. He's recently divorced. And they had a car come through there that someone was going to get rid of, but it was a stick shift, and she has cancer in her legs, so she won't be able to drive it. And I was like, oh, I went through cancer. And I said, you know what? I'm 100% cured. I said, this car has been a godsend to me. It has been my heart, my lifeline, and everything. He said, I totally get that. He said he had his vehicle for 9 years too. I've had her for over 9 years, y'all. And she's a 2006, so 9 years of her life. And he's like, it's a great car. I would love for her to have this car. And being that he's a mechanic, right? Any and everything that comes up with her, he can love and judge through. So here is everything happening, kind of like that that miracle food money that instead became gas money, because there'd be food there money, more food than I could buy money. And then my car got looked at, which that one thing did get taken care of, right? But that's what was so wild. I pulled into town, that other thing happened, all to orchestrate for this gentleman and his daughter, because I was very convicted that, hey, she needs to be looked at again. We might be rash and foolish. Let's get her checked out in case that's the better option. And I had to look up where to take a hybrid, right? And that was the one place. And that guy wasn't there when I dropped it off, okay? The other guy was. So how wild that all this turns out when my dad comes in, he's like, no, you're taking too long, come on, let's go. So we go. And I'm driving, my mom's in the car with me, taking the last ride, and we're talking about, my guts are like hurting because I know I wasn't supposed to drive away, right? But I was like, God, this is all in your hands, the whole journey. I'm not dominating life anymore and deciding it that's my way or the highway. This is universal. Life is bigger than just me, and that's the story that I want to live in and breathe in. So I'm just going to trust and go. And of course, we get there, and they looked at it and they're like, I'm sorry, we can't do much more than $500. And my dad's like, oh, well, that's okay. We already have somebody. My mom looks at him and I look at him. We're like, but you have to let each person come around to it on their own, don't you? And when you love somebody, you can do that, right? It was just like an hour and 15 minutes when you put both directions together. And as soon as I knew, I called the guy and I said, yeah, you can have her. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And I said, well, we'll see you before the end of your work day. And it all worked out to the minute, y'all. That's wild and beautiful. And that's what I've been believing for and praying and knowing that the beautiful story continues on. And yes, I was very attached to my car. She's been my lifeline. Through incredibly difficult things. And plus there was just the little scare that, like, if they just throw my son out of the hospital again, that he'll come walking all the way across town and look for my car and it won't be there. I bawled when I told my mom that. I said, Mom, I've been living through this now, and it's just like, it's heavy. It's heavy. And she said, babe, that's okay. He'll still knock on the door. He'll still knock on the door. No one left behind. So I'm moving forward and stepping into my new beginnings. Thank you all for loving me. It really is powerful. This is not why I started this channel. I've had so many people tell me over the last couple of years, Joy, you need to share your story. And one's like, you need to write a book. And I'm like, well, the head and neck, when everything gets all grand, okay. Because I'm not opposed to any of it, y'all. There's so much like a pack of wild horses inside me ready to break free, to burst free, and from all these physical limitations I've gone through. And I'm ready. And I did it. So this, for now, I didn't know what to do. I was already getting on the road because we needed to hurry up and get that car all the way across to the other town. And so I didn't really get to come up with a car name in my mind and bless my car. And I was just like, on the interstate, I just start blessing it. And I'm like, well, I'll call you Joy to the World. So here's the JTT dub, y'all. And just if you wonder, I've got my sunglasses on. I'm not looking at you. The sun is mighty bright. And but my heart is with you, friends. But that's who I am. Safety first, right? Because your life matters to me as well. That's it for now. We can do hard things, y'all, because the hard things are actually easy, and it's just hard for you. And it was important to make this step, because when it was over, I cried and hugged her, and hugged my car. But the thought of, I won't have to struggle getting to work. I mean, I think the guy told my dad that the heat factor was going to be 117 today, and that sometimes the windows would go went down, sometimes they wouldn't, sometimes the air would work, sometimes it wouldn't, and then there I am stuck with that. And then I get somewhere and then the window takes 5 minutes to go up and I'm sitting in the heat waiting for it to go up because I can't run the air and it go up. It was rough. And but you know, when you're in the thick of it and you're in the midst of it and you're in survivorship, Thrival seems like a pipe dream. You kind of cherish it in your heart like some precious oil, right? But physically it seems like a pipe dream. And that's why it was really hard, because that had been my lifeline. That was the attachment, the survivorship. The survivorship was the attachment, friends. Talk about an umbilicus. Wow. And the drier and the harder the season, the thicker that cord. So those of you who are finding it hard moving from surviving to thriving, I send you blessings and love. Sparkle fingers. Sorry, I'm holding my stone. That's my heart stone from a necklace I wore when I went through all my treatment. But spirit fingers, y'all. I love you so much, and if I can, you can, okay? And no, you're not alone in this. K-N-O-W. K-N-O-W. Know that you are not alone in this. All right? That's what these comments are for down below. That's where we can chat and talk about things. And it's such a blessing right now, while the channel is smaller, to be able to engage as much as my body allows me, all right? And just know, anything and everything that's posted, this channel is heard and seen by God and by my angels. We are sent around, and that's what this is about, to give you strength and encouragement for your life to level up and not just be like bossing on the outside for other people. No, I'm talking about singing on the inside. Like today, I'm not crying. I almost did when I talked about her. But there's a new song, and I'm thankful because when we dropped my cough yesterday to be looked at, my dad's like, no, don't you under any circumstances think you're putting us out. We are here to help you, and you need us, and it is important. And I said, okay. I took away all pride, all prejudice that I could have against being a burden to my parents at almost 50 years of age. And he was like, you were no burden. You would do this for us. You would do this for anybody, okay? So that's what we have to do with the mirror principle on both sides of it, friends. If we wouldn't want somebody doing that to us, then we don't do it to other people, okay? That's the clearest and the easiest way to navigate and live your life. Man, it keeps it clean and clear. And also, if you would do this unto the others, then you can also receive it too. Do you see what I mean? So, authenticity, integrity, transparency, genuineness is important to me. There's that 4D, right? The transparency. So anyways, that's what this is about. I appreciate that y'all show up for the chit chats. I never knew my channel would blend into this facet also. But again, I'm open, right? Okay. So hopefully I'll stay ahead of the readings. There's a really amazing one. If you haven't checked out the Aries read for the hashtag Healing Week, go check it out. I mean to make a community post, but having been doing all these other things, I don't know if I will or not. But the Aries North Node is where we are all at. Chiron, the wound, is healing in Aries because it's in the longest transit that it has through the whole zodiac. So get over there and check out that Healing Aries read. I don't remember exactly what the title was, but it was profound. And for those who think I talk too fast, it was steady, even, slow, and full of massive lifetime wisdom. It's really pertinent right now. So I hope it serves you well. I'm about to turn around and see if I can go get a little dip in the water before I meet back up with my parents. Anyways, thank you, beloved friends. I appreciate you, hopefully as much as you know, but possibly more than you know. All right. So from me and JTT Dub, have a great day. I love you. Bye.